Welcome to Podnutz, episode number 35. This week we are again joined with Bryce Whitty from technibble.com. How you doing, Bryce?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Very good. Bryce is Skyping into us from Australia. And what's it, 10 o'clock in the morning there, right, Bryce? Or 10:30?
It's 10:30 at the moment.
It's like 8:30 where I am. That's so weird. You're in a different day.
Yes, I'm one day ahead of you.
I love that. All right, well, Bryce, like I said, is the creator of technibble.com. And, Bryce, why don't you explain it a little bit, what TechNibble is exactly?
Well, TechNibble is a resource for computer technicians to either start their own computer business or improve their existing one. Pretty much the reason why I created the site is because there's a lot of really, really intelligent computer technicians that are really good at what they do. They can fix any computer problem, and they figure, why don't I start my own business with this? And then they don't know the first thing about marketing. They don't know how to get their first clients. And yeah, even though they're brilliant with the computers, they just don't understand the business side. And that's really what TechNibble is there for. And
that's an awesome niche. And, I dare anybody to find another site that, besides Podnutz, that deals with the computer repair business as much as your site does. I mean, it's mainly, like you said, like people learn the technique of how to fix computers, but they don't have the business side. And there's not too many resources out there that actually match the two like yours does. So it's a really enjoyable site, and I think it's great.
Actually, I got the idea from it from my web development side. I used to do a lot of web development work when I was a little bit younger. I was actually doing a lot of pretty much computer repair work by the day, and then sort of web development work at night for clients, actually getting paid for doing the websites. And there was actually a website for web developers, and it helped me with a lot of the business side. I didn't know a lot of things about how to get contracts with web development clients, that sort of thing. And I eventually got sick of doing the web development work for clients and focused more on my computer repair business because it was doing much better than my web development side. And there really wasn't anything equivalent for the computer business. I thought, it'd be nice to have some business advice in this sort of stuff. And I was lucky enough to always have my parents, and they are both self-employed, and they always help me with business stuff when I ask them questions, what should I do? This client's being a little bit crazy. How should I deal with them? And I built TechNibble and write about business side of things, and now there's an equivalent.
Yeah, it's really cool how, a lot of people learn, like how you did it, for example. You learned the business side for web development, and then you just kind of transferred that over into the computer repair business. I did the same thing when I started my computer repair business. Because I did some internet marketing before I started the business, and then so at least I knew how to make a website and at least advertise a little bit for it. And then you transfer that over to okay, now I'm just advertising for a computer repair business. Let's talk about that. And you find this niche of people, and I find it a lot, that they really need help in getting their computer repair business marketed and getting customers. That's their main problem. They could do the work, but they just can't get the customers.
Yeah, you have to put on quite a few hats in this business. It's just so much more about so much more than just the computer repair side. It's you got to be a marketer, you got to be the accountant, you've got to be everything.
Right, and then you got to kind of like that too. Otherwise, you're just going to get overwhelmed. For example, Ben Burrows, who is the creator of the Ultimate Boot CD for Windows. I was talking to him, and we did a podcast actually, and he is a techie, and I could tell he likes to do the work. So he doesn't even bother trying to start his own computer repair business. He has somebody else do all the marketing and this kind of thing and he just does the actual work himself, and he's able to really focus in on just the technical part of it. And that's fine too. It depends on how much control you actually want and can handle. So, but TechNibble is a great site to get somebody to do both, and I think doing both is definitely doable.
In the beginning, it's a good idea to do. It's a good idea to learn your own marketing skills and do some basics. But I can understand where the other guy's coming from. If you've got the money to sort of pay someone else for that, it's not bad for him to be really good at what he's really good at, and then just sort of outsource everyone else.
Right.
I outsource our accountancy stuff, just to my accountant, just because I'm not very good at accounting. But and they just know the laws and all that much better than I do. So
that's really smart.
But I hate doing the bookwork. I just hand the guy a bunch of receipts at the end of the year and say, yeah, there you go. Start working pretty much. And
well, we have a list of questions I wanted to ask you, but I know this is what's going to happen. I'm already going to deviate from the list. You mentioned an accounting and having an accountant. Any tips on where to find a good accountant for somebody who's trying to start this kind of business?
I think like the computer repair business, it's really about referral. It's the same way people find a good technician. Just ask around, ask your friends over there, happy with their accountant. Is he any good? Does he live close? And that's pretty much all I did to find my one. And my one's quite good. Knows what he's talking about.
So you asked around?
Yeah, I asked around. They interview you, but at the same time, I interviewed them as well, sort of figuring out where they're at and how good they were. And they usually show me a portfolio of some of their clients and that sort of stuff. And it's pretty much the best way to find it. It's just referral work.
Hey, do you find in your business that a lot of your customers are professionals in certain fields? And did you ever call on them? Like, for example, like I do the computer repair business. We get a couple customers a day, and now I know all kinds of plumbers and lawyers and dentists and eye doctors and veterinarians and everything you could think of. I take their business cards and I put them on file. Do you do anything like that to find professional work?
As into, so you can use them as a plumber and that's
right. Using their services. That's what I meant to say.
Not particularly. I'm not sure why I don't really do that. I don't know. I'm not too sure why I don't do that. I probably should, but I just don't.
No, I could see why people wouldn't. You don't want to have like a conflict of interest, or these people are your customers. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I talk to a lot of my clients and become what I suppose professional friends with them, but
yeah,
I don't like doing too much outside of the work with a lot of them. I prefer keeping it sort of strictly business with a lot of clients, but yeah.
Okay. So how would you suggest, like, you get a new user for Technical? How would you suggest somebody use the site? I mean, there's a couple different aspects of it, like the forums and this kind of thing.
Well, most of them usually come through the front page, and so they're after the content. So I recommend they start on the content. I've got a few articles that I've highlighted down on the bottom right side of it saying the best of Technical, and it helps with a lot of the beginning things. I mentioned a few things like my kit that I have, my actual technician kit with all the tools I have, and a lot of them spend time on the forums as well, just asking questions and. They can. There's a lot to read for them just before they even really need to ask a question. A lot of it's already answered. But if they do run into any problems, I've got a crazy